Hello, and welcome to Tip of the Week. My name is Ken Colgan with CAD Tech Seminars. You can find us on the web at thebimguys.com. What we do is we do training, support, and model building in the Revit Navisworks world. So in this tip here, we're going to talk about creating exposed roof rafters. We had a phone call about how do I do that, so we decided to put a video together. So here we go. Here's our scenario. We got a little building, and we want to show the exposed roof rafters around the outside of the building. Now, if you had to hand place each one of those, that could take forever. So what we're going to do is actually create an array and build it into a family so we can put them around the building quite quickly. Now, some of the tips I use you can mix up and make adjustments to, but I'm going to create a simple roof rafter that's exposed, and then what we'll do is we'll then apply it to an array family and then bring it into the final project. So let's go through the process now. I'm going to go to my roof plan real quick, and here's my roof plan. I'll go to the section. In the section here, we got a basic roof. I mean, whatever you want to build is up to you. I'm going to come over here, use my dimension command, and I'll say dimension from tab, edge of here to here is 2 foot. I'll also check the slope. Slope here happens to be 7 on 12. Again, all these numbers can be adjusted for your needs. I need to create, first of all, a rafter family. So I'm going to go New, Family, come out here to my templates, and I'm going to go to my generic ones, which is my generic model. Now there's lots of them in here. I'm going to start with the generic model, and I'm going to hit open on that. Now when it comes in here, this is just, we're looking straight down at it. We have some reference planes, and what we want to do is make this thing face-based so it sticks to the wall. Now again, that's up to you on how you want to make it work, but I'm going to use face-based. So I have to create a component to snap to it. Now I'm going to go to the front view, and you'll see there's our reference plane. Or I could go to left view. Again, up to you, whatever one you want to use. And what we're going to do is draw in one rafter. Okay. So with everything in Revit, we always want to use reference planes. So I'm going to put a reference plane this direction. Okay. And I'll also put one in this direction. Now to make sure they're in the right locations, I'm going to use dimensions to drive them. Say 1 here. And then I'll also put 1 here. Now to verify that the right height, now is a 2 foot overhang, so I'm going to set that to 2 foot. Okay, 7 on 12 roof, so 7 times 2 feet would make this 14. So we grab that dimension, set that to 14 inches. So that there is going to set us up. Excuse me. That is going to set us up to that is our angle. Now it's time to create the extrusion. So go create extrusion, and I'm trying to move fast, so I don't waste all your time here. Draw a line, and I'm going to start from this point, and I'll go to here, and let's say it's going to be maybe a 7 and a 2 by 8, whatever it is, right? So we pick it. Again, you can decide on all the information you want here. I'm going to take this one, I'm going to make it a square cut, like so. And again, sizing it is up to you. We can come in here, put a dimension, and since we're doing it, might as well just make it right. Grab this guy, place it. What I'm going to do is grab this element here and say you are going to be 7.5 inches. And there we go. Let's clean this thing up, and we'll go over here and hit fillet. So now I say fillet, I'm an old AutoCAD person, trim the corner. What I've done is I've just created a solid, or there's my solid. Let's go back to the top view. Now when we look straight down on it, you'll see it's pretty chunky. It's actually a foot thick. I could come over here and adjust this width here. I could have done it before I built it, or I can adjust it after. I'm going to say the depth of this thing is 1.5 inches. And there it is. So what we've done is we've created the rafter. Now if you want to get a little sponge about fancy pants, you can then apply a material to it. If you want it to be wood or something when it comes in, you can come in here and set it. Okay. Being I'm here, might as well just go put some wood in here. Now a quick way to find a wood material is just type in wood, W-O-O-D, right? Revit searches the project or the family we're in, and also searches down here. If you don't see this area, don't panic. It's this button right here. Show library, hide library. Now these are actually the Revit materials that are stored on your machine or on the server, and you pick a wood that works for you. You then push it into your family or project. That's how you get that to happen again. Walnut, push it into the project. I'll say go with regular wood, hit OK, and you'll see that it's being brought in here. Going back to the manage, I'll go back to materials since I only have a couple of them in my family here, say wood, and I'll say use the the render appearance. So at least when I shade it, it looks like a piece of wood. Hit OK. There we go. So we've created this family. We're now going to save it. Drop this down, a save as, a family, and we give it a name. So let's go out to my desktop, and I'll just dump it on the desktop. Lots of stuff out here. We'll just call this, let's say, Rafter. Okay. We'll call it Rafter 1. Save on that. Okay, so we got the Rafter built. Now what we need to do is create our face-based family. Drop the R down, create a new family. Go out here. We're going to pick my family templates, English. We're going to roll on out to generic model face-based. Oh. Now, if you want to use one of these other ones, you can. I'm just going to use face-based so it sticks to the object. Now, this is actually the face we're sticking to. If I go to 3D, you'll see it right here. I'm going to go to the top view. There we are. Now, I'm going to bring in that other family. A couple ways to do it. Control Tab, Control Tab. I get back here, load in the project. I'm going to load it in the family 8. Hit OK. And here it is. Now I move it into place and I pop it there. Now, I want to make sure it doesn't move, so I may actually grab this thing, drag it out of the way, and use the align command. Say align from here to here, and I lock it, and use from here to here, and we lock it. Let's verify that it looks right in 3D. So there it is. See, it's sticking out of our building. It's a beautiful thing. Back, here we go again. Now, I'm going to go ahead and save this thing, drop this down. Again, save as. Family, we'll dump it on the desktop, and we're going to call this, let's say, Rafter Array 1. Hit save on that, and there we go. Now, we'll go ahead and start to array this thing. Now, what we're going to do in this family is we're going to, just like you would in a regular Revit project, we're going to create the array. I start the array command. I pick the object. How many do you want? And I'll say number 2 between first and second. Sounds good. I pick a point, and then I pick another point. Now, it puts it in, and I can now go ahead and escape a couple times. The array is here. Now, if I grab this element, you'll see we have a number that pops up here, but we don't have a dimension down here. So that's important. So I'm going to go up top, hit align dimension from here to here, and I place it. Now, you'll notice if I grab this element, the array doesn't fire up. I actually have to hit activate dimension. See how it comes alive? I'm going to take that 1'3" and I'm going to say, what if I put it to 2 foot? See how it jumps over. You're like, okay, things are working pretty well. Now let's change this number up top. Instead of 2, I'm going to say put it at, let's say, 5 of them. And see, they're all 5 based, 2 foot apart. Let's try that again. We set this to 1'4", and they tighten up. So our array's working. Now what we need to do, we just need to give the user the ability to mess with these numbers. So I'm going to take this number, I'm going to convert it to a parameter. Now, I'm going to click off of it, and I actually pick the dimension itself. Come up top here, say add parameter. I'm going to call this Rafter distance. Okay. And we're going to change it to an instance. So if you want to do it per side of the building, you can. Now, here's the other one. We grab this, and you see this little line that pops up. This shows us the amount that we want in the array. Now, if I click on the line itself, you can convert that to a parameter. Add a parameter, and I'm going to say number of rafters. Now, we may know how many rafters we want, we may not. So we're going to make it set up where the user can just drag it, and Revit will put in the amount of rafters that are needed. Now, currently, if I go up top and I hit my little 4 square, the user can type in the distance that he wants them to be, let's say 1 foot on center, and he can type in, let's say I want 3 of them. When he hits apply, notice how the array changed for us. That's awesome, and it's face-based. So right there, you can say, I'm done. Good stuff. But let's make it more user-friendly. What if I could just drag the distance I need to go? That would be awesome. It would automatically fill in the array. So we're going to take it to the next level. I'm going to create another reference plane. Now, I could hit this one and hit create similar. That's one of my favorite commands, by the way. Or I just hit create reference plane. And I'm going to do that so if you're watching and you wonder what's happening, that's what's going on. Now, I'll come over here and I'll put this reference plane in. And this is actually going to set up so the user can drag it and it'll automatically set the array up. So we need to do a couple of things. First of all, I need to make this a parameter, right? So I'll come up top. I'm going to change that number. Let me go ahead and just pick on the dimension itself. And I'm going to add another one. add a parameter. I'm going to say total length. Hit OK on that. Again, change that to an instance. By changing it to an instance, the user can drag this. Okay, that's nice. Now you could type in total length, even though it's 20 feet, type it in, beautiful thing. But what if you want to drag it? Now if you want to drag it, we have to do a few things. Number one, we have to make sure that it's an instance. Number two, you got to make sure that it's not a weak reference, that it's a strong reference, or it has a name. Okay, if I say that's the right side, that's a strong reference. If I use the word strong reference, that's a strong reference. Both will work. So we've got that set up. Now, here's where we start cooking with gas. We've got our length, we've got our rafter, we've got all these numbers. Now we have to play a little math game. So we're going to go back to 5th grade, family types. Now in here, you'll see I have a total length. I hit OK. So if I drag this element, if I grab it and I drag it, you'll see that total length gets longer. So what we're going to do is we're now going to do some fancy things. Go back here, and I'm going to say number of rafters. If we divide the length by the rafter distance, that would be 6, right? Pretty much. Let's come in here and do that. I'm going to say, come in here, I'm going to say take the total length, okay, total length divided by rafter distance. There we go. Now, let's hit apply and see what happens. Notice that just went to 6. Sweet. Alright, let's hit OK, see what happens. Notice total length, if it's 6 foot, it put in 6 rafters. Now you say, well, maybe I need another one because, well, I've got to start. See, if I have 1 foot right here, I really have 2 rafters. Ooh. So now we got to really start to play some crazy math games. Let's go back again. And now we're going to use a real 5th grade tool here. We're going to do order of operations. That's those little brackets. That's crazy. The only reason I know that is my daughter's in 5th grade. So, open paren, close paren, +1. Now, we hit apply on that, and notice what it did. See, it added that last rafter. Oh, nice. So, really, let's look back again. If I have a distance of 1 foot, in essence, you have two rafters here. So, we've added that one in. So now, as the user grabs this and stretches it, you'll see that it actually puts in those rafters. So there we go. So that is how we build this item. And it wasn't a lot to it, but the trick is build the standalone family, bring it in, and then array it. Add the parameters in so the user can play with it. Now, the real test. Let's save this thing. So I hit the little save button. And now we're going to load it into a project. I'm going to load it into my project 2. I hit OK on that, and we should have the family available to us. Now, see, I can stick it on the wall. That's kind of nice. Come over here, stick it on the wall, right? Now, I place it on the face, and there it is. Let's go to our south elevation. Just for ease, I'll come in and cut a quick little section in this direction. Now, when I go to that section, you'll actually see there they are. And you're thinking, well, they're not in the right spot. Let's take this and just go ahead and hide it. Hide in view, element, just for this instance. If I hit a line, remember a line, good tool, right? Modify a line. We used it earlier. I can pick something like that reference plane, and I can pick that array. See, it jumps up. Very nice. If I list this wall, it's got a certain length to it, right? Come down here, it's 34 feet. I could grab this array, and I could come over here and see total length, 34 feet, and it would actually go that distance, right? Sweet! But what if we just want to drag it? Notice we have these little sliders. If I grab that slider and just pull it, let it go, see, it changes the array. So now we have one kick butt array. Let's go look at it in 3D and see how it looks. There it is on our building. Looking great. Now I'm going to go ahead and hide the roof. Hide in view. Element. So we can see our fancy work in process. So not too shabby. We grab it. We can change the numbers, adjust what we need to do to make that happen. Now let's go back to I think that was our second section. There it is. Grab it. And we can grab that slider and bring it over to where it needs to be. Now you may need to drag it back a little bit because maybe it's not cleaning up exactly how you want. You may need to add a single one in here just to finish it up. So that's going to be up to you on how you want to get all those little details to work. You could even center it if you want to center it. So some good stuff there. Hope you enjoyed the tip. Again, our company is called CAD Tech Seminars. You can look us up on the web at thebimguys.com. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good weekend.